Hello future doctors. Welcome to this exciting session on Class 11 Biology. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the animal kingdom, focusing on its salient features and diverse examples. From the simplest sponges to complex humans, we'll explore what makes each animal unique and how they're all related. Get ready for an incredible journey through 4 levels of understanding, from easy basics to competitive insights, to master this crucial NEET topic. Let's start with the fundamentals. What truly defines an animal and its most basic body plan? On this slide, we explore the very definition of an animal. Remember, animals are multicellular, eukaryotic organisms, meaning their cells have a true nucleus. Crucially, they are heterotrophic, they obtain nutrition by consuming other organisms, and their cells lack rigid cell walls, unlike plants. Most animals also exhibit some form of movement. Think of a human, an insect, or a fish, they all share these core characteristics. We also introduce the basic concept of organization levels, from simple cellular aggregates to complex organ systems, setting the stage for understanding diversity. Now, let's delve into the fundamental features that shape animal body plans. We'll look at symmetry. Is it asymmetrical like a sponge, radially symmetrical like a jellyfish, or bilaterally symmetrical like us? Next, germ layers. Are they diploblastic with 2 layers or triploblastic with 3, determining organ complexity? And finally, the column, or body cavity. Is it absent, a false pseudocoelom, or a true column? These features help us categorize major animal phyla, such as Porifera, Cnidaria, Platyhelminths, Aschelminths, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, and Chordata, each illustrating a unique combination of these characteristics. We'll see how these basic blueprints manifest in diverse forms. Time to test your foundational knowledge. Here are 3 easy practice questions. Read each question carefully and choose the best answer. Question 1. Which is not a characteristic of animals? Question 2. What symmetry describes an animal divisible into identical halves by only one plane? And question 3. What are organisms with a true body cavity called? Pause the video, think, and then check your understanding. Ready to go a bit deeper? Let's refine our understanding of these core animal features and their implications. In this section, we'll detail the various levels of organization. From the cellular level seen in sponges, where cells work as loose aggregates, to the tissue level of cnidarians, where similar cells form tissues. Then, we progress to the organ level, like in flatworms, where tissues form distinct organs. Finally, the organ system level, present from roundworms to chordates, where organs collaborate to perform complex physiological functions like digestion or circulation. We then clarify body symmetry, asymmetrical forms, radial symmetry, which is great for sessile life, and bilateral symmetry, a hallmark of active, directed movement and the development of a head, known as cephalization. Understanding these distinctions is key to appreciating animal evolution. Moving on to germ layers and column formation. Germ layers are the embryonic foundations for all body tissues. Diploblastic animals, like cnidarians, develop from 2 layers, ectoderm and endoderm, with a jelly-like mesoglia in between. Triploblastic animals, from flatworms onwards, possess a 3rd, crucial mesoderm layer, which gives rise to complex muscles and organs. The column, or body cavity, is another vital feature. Acoelomates, like flatworms, lack this cavity. Pseudocoelomates, such as roundworms, have a false column not fully lined by mesoderm. True coelomates, from annelids to chordates, possess a mesoderm-lined cavity that offers space for organ development and protection. These differences are fundamental to animal classification. Beyond germ layers and column, 2 other important features are segmentation and the notochord. Segmentation, or metamerism, involves the body being divided into repeated segments, externally and/or internally. This allows for specialization of body regions and efficient movement, as seen in annelids, arthropods, and chordates. The notochord is a rod-like, supportive structure derived from the mesoderm, present at some stage in all chordates. In vertebrates, this flexible rod is typically replaced by the vertebral column, our backbone. These features further refine our understanding of animal diversity and evolutionary relationships across different phyla. Now, challenge yourself with these 5 medium-level practice questions. They require a slightly deeper understanding of the concepts we've just covered. For example, identify the level of organization in cnidarians, or the phylum that is triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical, and acoelomate. Think about the advantages of different symmetries and where pseudocoelom is found. Take your time to analyze each option before selecting your answer. Ready to connect the dots? Let's explore the why behind these features, their evolutionary significance, and how they shape the animal kingdom. Here, we explore the profound evolutionary significance of these body plan features. Multicellularity allowed for cell specialization and the development of larger, more complex organisms. The progression from cellular to organ system levels signifies increasing efficiency and adaptation. Symmetry also tells an evolutionary story. Radial symmetry suits sessile life, while bilateral symmetry, coupled with cephalization, was a game-changer for active, directed movement and predatory lifestyles. The advent of the mesoderm in triploblastic animals provided the developmental potential for complex organ systems like muscles and circulatory systems, supporting larger and more dynamic body forms. Each feature represents a crucial adaptive step. This slide offers a comparative analysis, summarizing how key features vary across major phyla. We'll trace the evolution of organizational levels from cellular in Porifera to organ system in Chordata. Observe the shift in symmetry from asymmetrical to radial, then predominantly bilateral. Notice the presence of germ layers, diploblastic in Cnidaria, triploblastic in most others. And critically, the progression of the column, from absent in acoelomates to a true column in more complex animals. We also highlight the emergence of segmentation in annelids, arthropods, and chordates, and the defining presence of a notochord exclusively in chordates. This table provides a concise overview of evolutionary trends. Let's link these features directly to an animal's lifestyle and habitat. Bilateral symmetry, for instance, is a hallmark of active, motile animals, enabling efficient hunting and escape. In contrast, radial symmetry suits sessile organisms that interact with their environment from all directions. The column plays a vital role in body support, acting as a hydrostatic skeleton in annelids for burrowing, providing space for organ development in others, and cushioning internal structures. The mesoderm, unique to triploblasts, allowed for the development of sophisticated muscle systems and organ complexity, which are essential for active lifestyles and inhabiting diverse ecological niches. Segmentation, especially in arthropods, allowed for specialized body regions, leading to their incredible diversity and success. It's time for some hard-level practice questions. These 7 questions require not just recall, but also critical thinking, comparison, and an understanding of evolutionary implications. For example, you might need to explain the adaptive advantages of a true column or compare the body plans of different phyla. One question asks you to identify a phylum based on multiple characteristics and then confirm a chordate feature. Pause the video, challenge yourself, and consolidate your understanding. Now, for the ultimate challenge. We are diving into the competitive depth, exploring advanced concepts that will give you an edge in NEET and beyond. At the hardest level, we connect salient features to the grand narrative of animal phylogeny. Systematics uses shared derived characteristics, or synapomorphies, like the column or notochord, to construct evolutionary trees. We'll see how modern phylogenetics combines traditional morphological data with molecular evidence, like DNA sequences, to refine these relationships, sometimes revealing convergent evolution. We'll also trace key evolutionary transitions, from the origin of multicellularity and tissue formation to the emergence of bilateral symmetry, triploblasty, and the column, culminating in the fundamental divergence between protostomes and deuterostomes. This understanding is critical for interpreting the evolutionary history of the animal kingdom. Let's explore the developmental biology behind these features. Gastrulation is a pivotal embryonic process where germ layers form. The number of these layers, whether 2 or 3, dictates whether an animal is diploblastic or triploblastic. Critically, the column formation also follows distinct patterns. In protostomes, like annelids and arthropods, the column forms by the splitting of mesoderm blocks, a process called schizocoelous development. In deuterostomes, such as echinoderms and chordates, the column arises from outpocketings of the primitive gut, known as enterocoelous formation. These differing developmental mechanisms provide strong evidence for the deep evolutionary splits within the bilateria and are key diagnostic features in advanced classification. Expanding on our understanding, the distinction between protostomes and deuterostomes is a cornerstone of animal classification. This division is based on several crucial embryonic criteria. First, the fate of the blastopore. In protostomes, it becomes the mouth, while in deuterostomes, it becomes the anus, with the mouth forming later. Second, cleavage patterns differ. Protostomes typically exhibit spiral and determinate cleavage, meaning cell fates are fixed early. Deuterostomes show radial and indeterminate cleavage, allowing for greater developmental plasticity. And as we just discussed, their column formation mechanisms are distinct. Examples of protostomes include flatworms, roundworms, annelids, arthropods, and mollusks. Deuterostomes include echinoderms, hemichordates, and chordates. Mastering these differences is essential for a comprehensive grasp of animal phylogeny and for competitive exams like NEET. Finally, let's consider the ecological significance of this vast animal diversity. The incredible array of animal body plans and features allows them to fulfill countless roles in ecosystems. They are vital as consumers at all trophic levels, driving nutrient cycling and energy flow. Many are also decomposers, recycling organic matter. Coevolutionary processes, like predator-prey dynamics, have shaped specialized features such as mimicry, venom, or keen sensory organs. The sheer biodiversity of animals contributes immensely to the resilience and stability of ecosystems. Understanding their salient features helps us appreciate their intricate ecological roles and the profound impact of environmental changes on these complex webs of life. This holistic view completes our journey through the animal kingdom's features. It's time for the ultimate test of your understanding with these first 5 hardest level questions. These questions demand a deep, integrated knowledge of animal classification, evolutionary biology, and developmental processes. For instance, you'll need to explain synapomorphies, differentiate column formation types, and discuss the advantages of different cleavage patterns. Another question challenges you to understand why adult radial symmetry in echinoderms doesn't contradict their deuterostome classification. Take your time, think critically, and apply all the concepts we've explored. Continuing with our hardest level challenge, here are the remaining 5 questions. These delve into advanced topics like the impact of molecular systematics, the evolution of the nervous system, the concept of tagmatization in arthropods, and how parasitic adaptations manifest in body plans. You'll also be asked to phylogenetically place a hypothetical animal based on a unique combination of features and describe the functional implications of a hydrostatic skeleton versus other forms of skeletal support. These questions are designed to push your analytical skills and solidify your competitive edge. Wow, what an incredible deep dive into the salient features and examples of the animal kingdom. We've journeyed from basic definitions to intricate evolutionary and developmental insights, covering everything you need for your NEET preparation. Remember, consistent practice and a clear understanding of concepts are your keys to success. For more such comprehensive educational content and to track your progress, visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for regular updates and more amazing biology lessons. Keep learning, keep growing.